Are we recording? Hello and welcome back. This is episode number 7 of Impact Wrestling 1977 Season 2. Of course, last night we had an explosive night for 20,000 people live at the Slammiversary pay-per-view. With some great pre-show matches. I've hired all of the people I said I was going to hire yesterday, so Charles Golyy Circus will be coming to Impact Wrestling very soon and will be debuting. Very looking forward to that. He'll be debuting on Explosion this week. I've got some plans for him to start hyping up the circus, what's coming. But some old school Impact Wrestling stars are going to come back for it. But that's another series. Let's get on with Explosion tonight. A very quick, basic thing, and then we'll come back with the main episode. For God's sakes. Everything's popping up. I'll just open up the PC. Can you bugger off? Accept the risk. Whatever. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Anyway. Bye-bye. Whatever. Excuse me, guys. Thank you. Right, we're gone. Thank you. In a decent match, Ron Simmons defeats Stephen Regal in 8-11 by pinfall for the Dominator. Stephen Regal 51, Ron Simmons 66. No work improvements. 64C, nice match. We're at the Dorton Arena tonight. I don't know how many people we've got tonight for this show. In a decent match, Rock and Roll Express defeat winning combination in 7:58 by Mickey Morton defeat Jeff Jarrett by pinning with a double drop kick. Bob Holly 58, Jeff Jarrett 71, Robert Gibson 61, Ricky Morton 67. No work improvements, 68C plus. Don't mind that. In a Bad Subpar Wrestling Little Heat, Diamond Dallas Page defeat Conan in 8:05 by pinfall the Diamond Cutter. Conan 57, Diamond Dallas Page 32, no work improvements, 51D plus. He was in our training grounds for a while, but I brought him up because I want him on the main roster. In a Bad Decent Wrestling Retreat, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeat Doink the Clown in 8:03 by pinfall the Springboard Horror Corona. Doink the Clown 59, Rey Mysterio Jr. 67, no work improvements, 69C plus. And in our Explosion main event in the Bad Superb Wrestling in Good Heat, Arn Anderson defeated Scott Hall in 1946 by pinfall. Arn Anderson and Scott Hall have great performance and great chemistry showed in their performance. Arn Anderson 82, Scott Hall 85, no work improvements on 81B. That's where we're going to end the show, is 77B. For a B show, that is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in 2 ticks when we come back with Impact Wrestling. And my God, have we got a huge show, as we are now on the road to Bound for Glory. Welcome back to episode 7 of Impact Wrestling of 1970 in 1989 now. 1 Monday week, 1 of April, and in about a decent wrestling, we're doing a cheat in the pre-show of Impact Wrestling. Steve Blackburn and Nasty Boys in a winning combination defeat DDP, the Calibis and Steiner Brothers in 5:53, and Jerry Sags defeat Rick Steiner by pinfall. 62C, Scott Steiner 66, Rick Steiner 57, Jim Burns all 54, Brian Blair 52, Diamond Dallas Page 38, Steve Blackburn 30, Bob Holly 51, Jeff Jarrett 63, Jay Sags 47, Brian Knobs 56, Jim Burns all in Rumble at 62C. Nice. In a pre-show at Decent Wrestling Middle Retreat, Rey Mysterio Jr., Doc Dean and High and Mighty defeat Archangel Danny Collins and Alice's Burn in 5:56, and Rey Mysterio Jr. defeat Archangel by pin with the Springboard Hurricane Rana. Al Snow 57, Juice WRLD 62, Doc Dean 51, Rey Mysterio Jr. 68, Danny Collins 60, Archangel 51, Tetsuya Kawada 67, Shane Douglas 58, Archangel Performance 68C plus beautiful. In the pre-show Decent Wrestling with a Retreat, Sabu, Al Panther, Blue Demon Jr., Taz, Roy Brookside defeated Dave Finley, Tornado, John Tent, Conan, Sid Vicious in 6:12, and Taz defeated Tornado by from the T-Bone Suplex. Roy Brookside 49, Taz 47, Blue Demon Jr. 56, Al Panther 52, Sabu 57, Sid Vicious 47, Conan 58, John Tent 49, Tornado 47, Dave Finley 56, Conan in Techno and Performance, John Tent in Rumble, Techno and Flying this time rather than John Tent 58C minus. In the push-back Good Wrestling and Decent Crowd, Jimmy Snuka, Goldust, Al Phantasma and Black Warrior defeat Bam Bam Bigelow, Brian Pillman, Ken and Second Teddy Bustin in 5:49 when Jimmy Snuka defeated Brian Pillman by pin with a Superfly Splash. 77B. Black Warrior 63, Al Phantasma 61, Goldust 58, Jimmy Snooker 68, Ted DiBiase 86, Kenneth Saki 51, Brian Pillman 65, Simon Bigelow 69, Ted DiBiase and Flying Black Warrior performance. Nice. So we are in front of 7,763 people at the Dorton Arena tonight, which is good. Attendance 77B. In a beach where we had good wrestling and decent match with the crowd. Doink the Clown, Larry Zbyszko and Masahiro Chono defeat LA Park. Jim Duggan and Jim Nadine on 806 when Larry Zbyszko defeat LA Park by pinfall. Jim Nadine on 75, Jim Duggan 71, LA Park 54, Masahiro Chono 77, Larry Zbyszko 71, Doink the Clown 58. Jim Duggan in performance 76B-. Beautiful. In a decent pre-show match, Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, Stan Hansen and Steven Regal defeated Scott Hall, Ron Simmons, Rio, and Norman Smiley at 5 and Silence defeated Rio by pin with the elbow drop. Norman Smiley 50, Rio 58, Ron Simmons 61, Scott Hall 78, Steven Regal 53, Stan Hansen 85, Rick Rude 64, Mr. Perfect 68, Ron Simmons in Rumble 76B-. In a pre-show match, Pro Wrestling a Little Heat, the Demon defeated Glacier in 5:53 by pin for the Sky Twist Press. Glacier 31, Demon 51. Noah Chris. We'll see how Glacier's getting on in developmental tonight, so I brought him up for one nightly deal on, from developmental for our pre-show, which is not bad. And we open up the night with Kenta Kobashi, the Four Horsemen, and of course Mr. T. We had to get all of them on screen for the first part of the show because it was very important, I do feel. But yeah, Ric Flair comes out and goes, woo! Last night that idiot Bret Hart lost his title. And look whose waist is around. Oh, that's right, mine. Woo! Now, I know that Harley Race won't be coming after me at Bound for Glory because he's my friend. You see, I'm the greatest champion in Impact Wrestling. Woo! Yes, you see the Four Horsemen on top of this golden company. And Kenta comes out and goes, have you forgotten about me? Bound for Glory, I've taken on the greatest wrestler in the world, Ric Flair. Right, we're getting some booking in for Bound for Glory at Turning Point and other things. But right now we're going to get a lot of matches for the Bound for Glory event. And that first one is, of course, Ric Flair versus Kenta Kobashi. Now, I know that people are going to complain at me for putting someone who's a mid-carder in for the main event. But Ric Flair versus Kenta Kobashi is going to be one of our main events of Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory, I take on the greatest wrestler in the world, Ric Flair. You see, I'm the king of the mountain. And that means I'm the best in this company. You see, I've been here for a while, keeping quiet, waiting for a moment, and it has come. And in 3 months' time, I'm going to kick your ass. And then Mr. T comes out. He goes, yes, you're right, Kenta. But I have some bad news for Mr. Flair. In 4 weeks' time, Bret Hart will be cashing his rematch. Tonight, you three will take on Kenta, Bret, and Rikai Kush. Good luck, you fool. Truly Blanchard and Lennon show more charisma. Kenta was very unrounded. That's fine. It got an 81B. So, yes, at Victory Road in the UK, it isn't going to be Kenta taking on Ric Flair. Now, Ric Flair will be facing Bret Hart in his rematch clause because I don't want Kenta Kobashi and I don't want Dusty Rhodes to meet Harley Race in a title match until we get to Bound for Glory like we did last year. So, Kenta Kobashi will be in action in the UK. He will be facing none other than the man behind all of it, Arn Anderson, will be taking on Kenta Kobashi in the UK. We have got word for that. Well, next up, in a decent match, Young Stallions and Rock and Roll Express drew with the House of Cornet. The British Bulldogs, the newest members of Big Dave, in 7:22 following a double count-out. Robert Gibson 60, Ricky Morton 60, Jim Powers 52, Paul Ramone 51, Big Dave 46, Bulk 40, Diamond Kid 74, Dave Boy 72, Dave Boy in Rumble, Paul Ramone in Technical, Diamond Kid in Performance, Big Dave in Performance, and Bulk in Performance, 67C+. In a decent match, Eddie Guerrero defeated Lex Luger by pinfall for the Frog Splash. Eddie Guerrero makes defense number 2 of his Impact United States title. Lex Luger 63, Eddie Guerrero 59. No work improvements. And after Jim Crockett Jr. was pretty weak. Well, I just put him there because he's a personality instead of Road Agent now, and I need to use him. Otherwise, he's not going to resign. I don't really want him to go to WWE. Eddie Guerrero celebrating his victory in the ring when Sting, John Tenta, and Shawn Michaels run an attack, beating Eddie down to the mat, and that has announced at Victory Road, John Tenta and Eddie Guerrero will lock horns for Eddie's United States title. In charge of the group now, while Mr. Jim Cornette is away, will of course have to be... Where is he? Is he now down here? Yeah, he is. It's going to be Sting and Shawn. They're in charge of the group, but John Tennant versus Eddie Guerrero in the UK is going to be good. And about that decent wrestling, Cheat, Chris Benoit defeated Tiger Mask in 6:35 by submission. Tiger Mask 67, Benoit 69. I don't know how he wasn't able to fight for the Impact Lightweight title due to weight restrictions. 76B minus. Because even though it's the lightweight title, there's no weight restrictions on the actual belt. 76B minus, not a bad match. And then Tornado comes out. Yeah, I'm pushing people I'm pushed before. I've had enough of being ignored by Impact Wrestling. I've been here nearly for 3 years, but I ain't been noticed. I've been in dark matches, not anymore. Chris Benoit, be on notice, I'm coming for a title, and I'm not going to be ignored anymore. So Tornado's making a presence out. So yeah, people that I haven't really been pushing, I've just been using, unlike certain other wrestlers that you'll see getting pushes again over the next few weeks, but certain people that I've been enjoying booking, who are, been doing great for the company, going to get some storylines. And Tornado will be one of them. I know he's not the best, but why the hell not? 43D, not bad. So Mr. T's in the back in his office. You got Archangel and Black Warrior. And he goes, look, I had a report from the hotel that you two were fighting in the lobby over the X Division title. Look, I'm not taking this shit anymore. I'm in charge for Jesse. This will be settled in the ring in 4 weeks of Victory Road in the UK. They'll get out of my office. So Mr. T's making huge threats here. Archangel and... mid-cards. Archangel's down here. Nope, he's here, is he? Archangel and Black Warrior have been fighting over the belts. Now, we've got to remember, Archangel is a former X Division champion in himself. Oh, have you not... Oh, has everyone forgot about this from Season 1? So, Archangel, if we go to start history, had 3 defences. He ran it in August. He won it in August 1987, and he held it all the way up until November. Now, I do believe that he was the first ever X Division champion. I might be wrong on that. I'll have a look and make sure of my history for that. 660 plus, I think he was. I might be wrong, I might have been something else. But I do think he was quite early on as the X Division champion. So he's obviously now trying to get the belt back. In about that great wrestling and decent extra crowd, Greg Valentine defeated the Great Muta in 6:32 by pinfall. Greg Valentine 70, Great Muta 60-76. Greg Valentine with flying skills. Next week on Impact Explosion, Greg Valentine will be in action against the Great Muta again in a rematch. So it'll be Greg Valentine versus the Great Muta next week on Explosion. I don't like repeating matches, but that is one I wanted to do anyway. For Explosion, hype up some Explosion matches. 7-7B. That might be the main event then. In an exception match, Jake Roberts defeated Jerry Lawler in 6:12 by pinfall. 87 for Jake Roberts, Jerry Lawler on 82. No openers, only 4B minus. Tony Schiavone's with Harley Race in the back, and Tony goes, in 3 months you got to face Dusty for the title, and you get to pick his tag partner for Victory Road. Who is your partner? And he's going to be. And Harley goes, look, let's cut the crap, Tony. Last night I eliminated 30 people, including Andre the Giant. So in 4 weeks that'll be Dusty's partner. Mine will be King Kong Bundy. Makes fucking sense. There isn't really a storyline reason for this. I just like the idea of Andre the Giant versus King Kong Bundy on my next page at Battle for Glory. That's where it's going. I'm not going to do a massive storyline around it. It's going to kind of be these two are going to be supporting Harley Race and Dusty and that. But yes, Bound for Glory. I can announce it now for Bound for Glory. It's going to be Dusty Rhodes versus Harley Race, obviously. I think that was quite obvious to you guys after he won the Golden Rumble last night of his anniversary. So Harley Race versus Dusty Rhodes. You're also going to have Andre the Giant versus King Kong Bundy. This is the reason why I fought blood and sweat and tears into hiring him when his contract came up with WWE. His written contract over WWE to get him in for this match. Bound for Glory, the biggest night of the year. Yeah, live on pay-per-view is going to be me versus Dusty 1-on-1. And on that night, I'll prove Harley Race is the best in the world. And 81B more likely will win the title on that night, to be honest. That's the way I'm thinking. In a decent match, the Golden Heroes, Sergeant Slaughter has joined them, alongside Carl Karma and the Nightmare Lords defeat House Cornet Sting, the Superflies, and Vader in 6:45 in the state. Sergeant Slaughter defeat Jimmy Ocean by pinfall. Turok 60, Damien 63, Carl Karma 53, Sergeant Slaughter 64, Vader 65, Jimmy Ocean 52, Ricky Knight 49, Sting 69. Now, Sting has not got an opponent for the pay-per-view just as of yet. Sergeant Slaughter will be facing Vader live on pay-per-view from the UK, so you will not want to miss that one. Vader versus Slaughter will be live on pay-per-view. Also on that night, the Nightmare Lords will be taking on the Superflies in one-on-one action. The longest reigning champions in all of Impact Wrestling, Nightmare Lords, will be taking on the Superflies. Now, many people think Sting is going to go after Carl Karma. No, he isn't. So you'll have to wait and see for that. 67C+. Steven Regal's backstage and goes, look, at this season's explosion I get to face Ron Simmons. If you've already seen it, you'll know the result. You see that match? The reason I've written it like this is because this explosion didn't go out in the game database till Wednesdays. So you guys see it prior to Raw, to Impact, but it didn't go out to Wednesdays. You see that match? Win or lose, I don't care. In 4 weeks, Impact Wrestling is Victory Road. And we're invading my home country. I want to take down a fellow hero in the country. Carl Karma, I'm coming for that Intercontinental Gold in 4 weeks at Victory Road. So yeah, Carl Karma's got his opponent sorted. Now, I don't know how people feel about it, but I thought this is the best way to go with heading towards, we're going to the hometown of these two guys. So very similar to how we did the Canadian style storyline with Brian Pillman and Chris Benoit. We're going to be doing it with Carl Karma and Steven Regal. They're both from England. Now I am going to be putting Sting in action. Ooh la 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 la, I love it when you come. But I'm not sure who's going to be facing him yet. But Sting will be in action on the night against someone. Not sure who yet. I'm trying to get him into the main event, so it's going to actually, I do know. I've got it, but sus now I know exactly who I'm putting him against. So I just said to myself, I want to get him in the main event scene. So, in the main event scene, let's make eeny, meeny, miny. Ricky Steamboat will be in action against Sting in the UK. It's going to be live on pay-per-view from the United Kingdom. It's going to be fun. 51D+. Thank you, Regal. In the Bravo Great Wrestling and Good Heat, Rikai Kush, Kenta Kobashi and Bret Hart defeated Four Horsemen, Rick, Arn and Truly in 7:53 when Kenta Kobashi defeated Truly Banter from the Orange Kush. Bret Hart 82, Kenta Kobashi 73, Rikai Kush 65, Truly Banter 71, Arn Anderson 73, Ric Flair 82. Rikai Kush in Techno, Riley Anderson did good work inside, 76B-. Nice. In the next session match, Andre the Giant defeated Harley Race in 8:22 by pinfall with a body slam. Andre the Giant was visibly tiring when the buzz ran from Dusty Rhodes. Andre the Giant was toying towards the end. Harley Race 90, Andre the Giant 65. No work improvements. He is going to be pushed over the next few years. He's still got a few years in him, so I've got plans for him. So Sting's backstage and he's got Davey Boy and Bulk and Big Dave, and he goes, so me and Sean will be taking it in turns while Jim Cornette is gone. Now as Cornette lives on in us. Now we'd like to welcome new members, UK Pitbulls, who will be facing Young Stallions in the UK for the Tag Team Gold. So yes, we are going for an all kind of UK vibe for this show against Champions. Now I know that's a bit cop-out. I kind of didn't really think about the implications that we're going to the UK when booking the storylines. I was thinking about what would be good for Bound for Glory. Now, last night, the biggest shock happened when we kicked out the Nightmare Lords and brought in the new champions, the British Bulldogs. Now, next week, the Nightmare Lords get their rematch. Ooh la la la. So, yeah, I'm not just booking an Explosion match. I'm booking a title match for next week. And more likely, this is going to be the main event of the night, as the Nightmare Lords will get their rematch for the longest titles that they've held for the longest against the British Bulldogs. Now, next week, let's go to the match. They have put forward the Rock Express from the Golden Heroes to face Golden Heroes to face Victory Road. We will squash them too. So yeah, Sting's doing the talking tonight for them. But at Victory Road, it's now been come forward that the Rock Express are going to be coming out of the woodwork in the fact of not having many title matches. And I feel like they deserve a bit of a push. They're going to be in action against the British Bulldogs at Victory Road. And that will be heading into Bound for Glory. So you kind of get an idea of the storylines we're going for. 59C. The only one that I haven't really... Yeah, we did. Is that in there? Yeah. Let's have a look. Benoit and Tornado didn't get... Yeah, Tornado versus Chris Benoit. Awesome. And then Archangel Blackwell. Yeah, every storyline's kind of got there. In an exceptional match, Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage and Big John Studd defeat Bruce Beefcake, Roddy Piper and Shawn Michaels in 740 when Randy Savage defeated Beefcake by pinfall. Studd 87, Savage 79, Ricky Steamboat 91, Michaels 85, Roddy Piper 88, Bruce Beefcake 66. Noah Cameras, just, yeah, he's a bit injured, but that's fine. And our main event of the night is going to be Dusty Rhodes taking on King Kong Bundy. Makes sense. See, I book, but makes sense. In a bout had fantastic heat and great wrestling and good wrestling, Dusty Rhodes defeated King Kong Bundy in 1951 by a pin for the Bionic Elbow. Dusty Rhodes makes defense number 3 of his Impact World title. King Kong Bundy was all exhausted by the end. Not enough selling. King Kong Bundy 49, Dusty Rhodes 87. 75 B-, and that didn't do that well. Yeah, I think he needs to be built more smarter. That was my fault. Dusty Rhodes celebrated his victory in the ring when Harley Race runs an attack, beating Dusty Rhodes down to the mat, into the mat. That is how we end the first Impact after the biggest night in Impact Wrestling history. There's 76 B-, still increased our popularity in 45 regions. Why? Because we ain't got much popularity. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys again next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling and Explosion. We'll see you for Explosion in a couple of ticks. Welcome back as episode 7 rolls on. I know it's episode 7 because we're on episode 8 for Impact Wrestling Weekly, which makes this episode 7. I need to remember that. So, yeah, basically this is a very short edition, of course, as always. No bullshit, just pure wrestling as Explosion goes live from San Francisco in the Civic Auditorium. In about a decent wrestling, but don't much cheat. Acid Burn defeated Killer Bees in 8-4 and Shane Douglas defeated Jim Burnsill by a pin for the belly-to-belly suplex. Tetsuya Kawada carried the match to his ring performance. Jim Burnsill 55. Brian Blair 59, Tetsuya Kawada 72, Shane Douglas 58, Brian Blair in performance 69C+. In above our decent wrestling, but little heat, Diamond Dallas Page defeat Tiger Mask in 825 by the Diamond Cutter. Tiger Mask 68, Diamond Dallas Page 34, Noah Cameron 60C. In above our decent wrestling, but not much heat, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeat Kendo Nagasaki in 738 by the Springboard Holo Kamana. Kenan Nagasaki 49, Rey Mysterio Jr. 68, no work appearance. Acid Burn is going to be split up very soon because I want Tetsuya Kawada to go off on his own in the singles tournament because he's doing so well in the ring and he's just being wasted in that tag team with Al Snow. I want him to move on. Yeah, I knew that would fuck it up. Well done, Josh. Anyway, won't ignore that. But yeah, in the D's battle, decent wrestling, but didn't have much cheat. Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Kenan Nagasaki in 738 by the Springboard Holo Corona. Kenan Nagasaki 49, Rey Mysterio 68, no appearance. So when I get rid of Acid Burn, I'll bring up 2 heels from Down Under in Global Force Wrestling, and they will replace them, but that will not happen until Bound for Glory. Just saying. In a decent match, Blue Demon Jr. defeated Sting in 733 by the Ace Crusher. Sting had a ring performance of 66, Blue Demon Jr. 54, no work appearance. I just thought I'd give Blue Demon Jr. a run over Sting. And in the battle of good wrestling and decent match of the crowd, the Great Muta defeated Greg Valentine in 28-1 by pinfall. Great Muta 67, Greg Valentine 68, and Greg Valentine in performance. Can you believe that last week's Explosion did better than last week's Impact? There you go, 71C+. We're going to end the show there. 70C, no comment, no specific comments about the show because it's a B show. But there you go, guys. Explosion number 2 is done. You've got one more episode of Impact to come. I'll be back when I recorded it, which will be tomorrow morning for me. Thanks for watching. We are sold out tonight at the San Francisco Auditorium as we roll on for the final bit of episode number 7 of Impact Wrestling's 1970s? 1987 is what I meant to say, series. This is season 2, of course. because if you remember, I stopped doing it last year, and now I've realised I need to stop recording really because we're on the 18th. I was looking at this where we are at the moment. As far as I know where we stand, you're going to be watching this on the 18th, so I am recording this a month ahead of time, which is ludicrous, I think. I could be wrong. I could be doing this for the 11th. How do you do it? I'll check on my scheduled in a bit. But yeah, might as well do that now. Right, minimize that. There we go. Let's go on with the show, shall we? And appreciate our decent wrestling with cheat. The House Cornet, Ricky, Jimmy, Bulk, Big Dave, and Ken Nagasaki, the British Invasion version of the House Cornet, or the United Kingdom version if you watch our WWE Weekly series, which will be happening on Sunday. You don't want to miss Extreme Rules before the brand split happens. And everybody has been split into their chosen brands, so everything is set for the brand split. Defeat the Demon, Rock and Roll Express, and the Killer Bees in 732, and Ricky Knight defeated Jim Burnsall by people the Pile Driver 60C. Jim Burnsall 56, Brian Blair 53, Robert Gibson 55, Ricky Morton 57, The Demon 61, Ken Nagasaki 51, Big Dave 49, Bulk 42, Jimmy Ocean 52, Ricky Knight 49. Ricky Morton Techno, Big Dave in Performance, and Jimmy Ocean in Performance, not bad. So I'm going to get this ready so I can do my checkles. I want to get, so I can check when this is for, so I don't get confused. In the future, our DC Estimate Cheat, Brian Pillman, Sid Vicious, Steve Blackman, Dave Finney, Steven Regal defeat El Phantasma, Taz, Sabu, Robbie Brookside, and Diamond Dallas Page in 758 when Dave Finney defeated Taz by pin with a spear. Diamond Dallas Page 43, Bro Brookside 49, Sabu 60, Taz 49, El Phantasma 60, Steven Regal's 53, Dave Finley 59, Steve Blackburn 49, Sid Vicious 44, and Brian Pillman 65. Diamond Dallas Page in Technical, Sid Vicious in Rumble, Steve Blackburn in Performance, El Phantasma in Performance, Roy Brookside in Technical Performance, so 60C, not bad. In the pre-show DC Rio defeat Ali Park and Dr. Dean, and Dr. Dean defeat Conan, Tiger Mask and Fade in 625, and Rio defeat Conan by pinfall. Dr. Dean 51, Ali Park 54, Rio 59, Vader 65, Tiger Mask 67, Conan 56. Tiger Mask Performance, Conan in Technical, and Conan in Performance, 66C+. Vader's got a concussion. Oops, not good. In a decent pre-show match, Jim Powers, Al Panther, Blue Demon Jr., Paul Ramona, and Kai Kush defeat Jeff Jarrett, Bob Holly, John Tenter, Sting, and Larry Zbyszko. In 754, when Blue Demon Jr. defeat Jeff Jarrett by the Ace Crusher. Kai Kush 67, Paul Ramona 53, Blue Demon Jr. 57, Al Panther 54, Jim Powers 50, Larry Zbyszko 69, Sting 66, John Tenter 49, Bob Holly 52, Jeff Jarrett 59. Bob Holly in Technical, Paul Ramona in Technical, John Tenter and Rumble Technical and Flying, and Mikhail Kush in Technical. We've got a lot of improvements on tonight's pre-show. It's because they're not together, why that didn't work, by the way. In the pre-show, good wrestling, a decent match card. Arn Anderson, Truly Bunch, and Lex Luger, and Masahiro Chono defeated Kyle Karma, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Goldust in 8-11. Masahiro Chono defeated Goldust by pin with the Yakuza kick. Goldust 55, Rey Mysterio Jr. 68, Eddie Guerrero 58, Kyle Karma 52, Chono Sony 7, Lex Luger 63, Blanchard 69, Arn Anderson 75, No Weapon 74 B-. In the pre-show, about that, good wrestling and a decent match from the crowd. Bruce Beefcake, Harley Race, Jerry Lawler, and Rick Rude, and Axel Rotten. He is here from Global Force Wrestling for a night. Defeated the Great Muda, Scott Hall, Norman Smiley, Kenta Kobashi, and Jim Nadine in 8-12. And Rick Rude defeated the Great Muda by pin of Rude Awakening. Axel Rotten was weak link, that's fine. Jim Nadine Hart 74, Kenta Kobashi 73, Norman Smiley 50, Scott Hall 72. The Great Muda 68, Axel Rotten 38, Rick Rude 66, Jerry Lawler 80, Harley Race 81, and Bruce Beefcake 69. Norman Smiley Flying, Axel Rotten in Technical, good boy for learning and improving with the Legends and the High Rock card. Bruce Beefcake improving in Performance, and Rick Rude in Technical. Some big things are going to happen on tonight's show, by the way. And the first one is we're going to open up the night with the pre-scheduled match. In about a good wrestling and decent match of the crowd, the British Bulldogs defeated the Nightmare Lords in 15 minutes 29. When Dave Boy Smith defeated Damien 666 by pivotal power clean, lift and diving headbutt. Bulldogs make defense number 1 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. Rock 60, Damien 666 64, Dynamite Kid 79, Dave Boy Smith 78, No Working 77B. The British Bulldogs celebrating a victory in the ring when the Rock and Roll's press winning and attacking them, beating them down to the mat. 45-51D+. In about their great heat and good wrestling, Big John stood on Andre the Giant, defeated King Kong Bundy and Bam Bam Bigelow in 742. When Andre the Giant defeated Bam Bam Bigelow by pinfall with a body slam, Big John still carried the match in terms of performance. Andre the Giant 64, stood 78, Bam Bam Bigelow 62, King Kong Bundy 65, Bigelow in Technical. 74B minus, not bad. We are sold out tonight in San Francisco, so we can't complain. This season back with Tony Sean, he's like, Harley Race, Bound for Glory. I cannot wait. We've had some classics over the NWA title, now the Impact World title. And now the Impact World title. You see, the fans are watching Impact for the action and the matches that is put on by the company. This place has been an instant classic from day one, and now 2 years on, we're still going strong, and we are number 1 in the world. You see, in the UK, live at Victory Road is going to be me and Andre teaming up against King Kong Bundy and Harley Race and Harley. This match is going to be amazing. I can't wait to team up with the Giant. And Tom just goes, now, more tag team action. 76B minus, not bad. A 67C plus and above had decent wrestling retreat. Tornado and Archangel defeat Benoit and Black Warrior in 8-11. When Archangel defeat Chris Benoit by pin with a Swanton Bomb. Black Warrior 63, Benoit 70, Archangel 52, Tornado 49. No work improvements. Chris Benoit's gimmicks get stale. Benoit. I don't mind gimmicks getting stale. 67C plus, not bad. Let's see how they do with the angle. The 44D. So you see, your X Division title, I beat Norman Smiley for it, but I lost it. You see, that title is mine. You see, that is my title. And coming up at Victory Road is me versus you. You see, me and my good friend Tornado just beat you two. And Tornado goes, you see, me and Black have been pushed into the dark. Now we're coming into the light. Impact wanted us to help the lightweight and X Divisions, and we've just forgotten about. Shoved to Explosion and then dark matches for Impact. Not anymore. When they start beating down the champions and then basically just take their belts and leave with them. The Impact and X Division titles have been stolen. And then Jim Powers and Paul Ramona in the parking lot. They're getting ready to leave with the belts. And the camera catches up with them. UK Pitbulls want to face the Victory Road. That's fine. We're not afraid of these brutes. You see, we face much more dangerous foes. We're going to kick your asses. And Paul goes, Bulk and Dave, you might be powerful, more dangerous than ever. You're going to the UK. We're going to the UK as champions, and we're going to leave with these belts. 50D plus from the Young Stallions there. In above a good wrestling international crowd, Greg Valentine defeated Ron Simmons in 8:28 by pinfall. Ron Simmons 65, Greg Valentine 66. No recurrence 70C plus. In about a decent wrestling retreat, the Steiner brothers defeat Acid Burn in 8:01 when Rick Steiner defeated Tetsuya Kawada by pin with the Steiner device. Scott Steiner 63, Rick Steiner 55. Tetsuya Kawada 68, Shane Douglas 56. No recurrence 68C plus. Yes, when you do it in the next bit. And Shane Douglas gets in the ring after the match. He's like, I've had enough of it. Being on this losing tag team, it's time people notice me. All you're interested in is loser who can't win for his team. Tohashi, I can't remember how I've said it now. I did it on Google Translate. Tag team. And then he attacks Kawada down. Acid Burn is over. Yikes. So yes, we're going to complete his turn. Oh well, I don't care. I'm doing the storyline. I don't care what the game thinks about my turns. That is the final turn I'm going to do for a while, for a few months anyway. But yeah, so Tetsuya Kawada has now turned babyface, and next week on Impact Wrestling, Explosion. I don't know where I'm going to build this one up. I'll decide. But yes, Impact Wrestling have ordered that at Victory Road, it'll be Tetsuya Kawada versus Shane Douglas. So that's going to happen at Victory Road. Can't wait for that 49D plus. And then Kenta Kobashi's back with Sony Schroding, and he goes, "How do you feel facing off against Arn in 3 weeks?" And Kenta goes, "Look, Tony, this is my opportunity to sign. You see Ric Flair bound for glory, but I've got Arn in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. But truly, you see Impact Wrestling can put these men in front of me. I'll knock them down, and then I'll knock down Ric Flair." So yeah, a turning point. I can't remember if it was turning point. What did we do before? There's lockdown, no surrender, sacrifice, and final revolution. Okay. So yeah, turning point. It will be Kenta Kobashi versus the other member of the Four Horsemen, Trudy Blanchard, live on pay-per-view. So that is something to look forward to as well. I will be putting that in. My decision is he's going to face all 3 members. You know, the other 2 members who wrestle prior to going live. 6-3C, can't complain. Not bad match. In about that decent match, High and Mighty defeat the Nasty Boys in 8:25, and Juice from the Liger defeat Brian Knobs by putting the Liger Bomb. Drew Sachs 52, Brian Knobs 54, El Snow 65, Juice from the Liger 69, Brian Knobs in performance 67C plus, not bad. In an exceptional match, Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage, Jake Roberts, and Bret Hart defeated Roddy Piper, Shawn Michaels, Stan Hansen, and Ted DiBiase in 7:38 when Jake Roberts defeated Stan Hansen by pinfall. A 77B, Bret Hart 82, Jake Roberts 86, Randy Savage 81, Ricky Steamboat 89, Ted DiBiase 83, Stan Hansen 82, Shawn Michaels 85, and Roddy Piper 88. Ted DiBiase in Rumble. 77B, not bad. And then we're in the locker room, 57C minus, and Mr. T goes, "Thank you for coming. We have a problem. Look, there's not a lot I can do. The Championship Committee signed the matches for Rich Road. Look, I understand that John don't deserve the shot, but he made them happy last week. Now, Carl, I've been told that Steam Regal will refuse your request for a 4th Crown Anywhere match. So this is what I'm going to do. Next week on Impact, it will be you 2 facing them 2. If they win the match, the matches stay. If you 2 win, you change the match to Plation, okay?" They shake Mr. T's hand and leave, at which Jim Crockett enters. And Jim goes, "Look, we need to talk." And he sends the camera out and shuts the door. So what the hell is Jim Crockett doing on Impact? Now, I do know that I've had Jim Crockett on the contract for some time now. Many people will not realise this. But Jim Crockett was brought in at the time when we bought Jim Crockett Promotions. So yeah, he's been on the roster a while. He was a road agent, and then because we've got too many road agents now, he's kind of been pushed to the side. So what I've gone and done is I'm going to kind of include him into a not very much on-camera storyline, but yeah, it'll be kind of visible. So Steven Regal and John Tenta. So if John Tenta and Steven Regal win, the matches stay as they are. If Carl Carmel and Eddie Guerrero win, the matches can get changed. The stipulations, they can change the stipulations. 57C minus, not bad. Let's move on to the next match on the show. In about a decent wrestling, in a decent match, sorry. Doink the Clown, Mr. Perfect, Danny Collins, and Danny Collins defeat Slaughter, Snooker, and Duggan in 8:27. But Mr. Perfect defeat Jim Duggan both from the Henningplex. Jim Duggan 70, Snooker 65, Slaughter 61, Danny Collins 57, Mr. Perfect 66, Doink the Clown 56, Jimmy Snooker and Flying at 70C plus. And our main event of the night is Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes. It's champion versus champion. Let's see how this one goes down. In an exceptional match, Ric Flair defeated Dusty Rhodes in 1949 by submission with the figure 4 leg lock, whatever it. By submission after winning from Harley Race. Ric Flair 75, Dusty Rhodes 88, and Dusty Rhodes in Technical and 81B. Ric Flair is celebrating the victory in the ring when Kenta Kobashi runs in and attacks, beating down Flair. And that's where we're going to end tonight with a 79B. Better than what we did last week. My friends, I'll see you guys live here once again for Sunday for Extreme Rules. Of course, Monday and Tuesdays for Raw and SmackDown. Don't forget Impact Wrestling Weekly with Charles Crawley and Explosion coming back on that show. My friends, this is Impact Wrestling 1977. We're now in 1989, and Impact Wrestling is just hotting up.